Truly, sir. Thank you, Sujata ji. So let's begin by reviewing what we have seen till now. At first, life was very simple. Fire burns if you touch it. It was very obvious, isn't it? Food fills you if you find it. That was all life was at that stage. Reward and punishment shaped behavior. People learned to act from consequences. This was the stage where reward and punishment shaped the behavior. People learn to act from the consequences. Fire burns if you touch it, so don't touch it. Be careful with it. Food fills you if you find it, so find food whenever you are hungry. This was the fire age, the age of Skinners. At this stage, survival meant engagement. If you are engaged enough, then you would survive. Engaged enough to understand that you should not touch fire. Engaged enough to understand that you have to find food if you don't have to starve. This was the B.F. Skinner's theory of operant conditioning, the reinforcement theory, the fire age. Then came the village age. Then people gathered into tribes and villages. These nomads, they formed tribes, villages. They observed that some hunters received a greater share of the hunt, while others received a smaller share. Everything was not shared equally, despite their efforts being the same. Whispers of fairness arose. Why should I give more if I am valued less? Engagement at this stage depended upon equity. How engaged people became in that community was dependent upon how equitably things were shared among them. This was the village age, the introduction of Adams' equity theory. You see, these theories might have been found much later, but all these were already taking root. And they were all coming through our genes to us for us to find out. This was the age of Adams, the village age. Right immediately after the nomad life led to the formation of tribes and villages. Villages grew into cities, crops, trade, and artisanship flourished. But new thoughts troubled people. If I labor in the fields, will my harvest truly be mine? Or will the rulers take it away? And even if that happens, if they take it away, will I be paid what I want for it? Effort was weighed against outcome. Engagement required a clear connection. Effort to performance to reward. If I put in my effort, will I be able to perform? If I perform, will I be rewarded according to what I want? The age of civilization had come, and with that had come Rome's theory of expectancy, where Rome said that people work with a clear understanding that the performance will follow, and they will be happiest when that performance comes in the form of a reward which they desire. This was the age of civilization. Rome's theory. First came Skinner's reinforcement theory, then came Adams' equity theory, then came Rome's expectancy theory. Civilization stabilized under kings. Some scratching going on. Please keep your hands off the thing so that it is not disturbing. Civilization stabilized under kings, laws, palaces, and temples gave safety and structure. Yet beneath the safety, a restlessness grew. Farmers and artisans asked, safety I have, But where is my pride, my recognition, my chance to grow? It was at this stage that engagement demanded more than stability, it sought meaning. It ushered in the age of empire. And with that came Herzberg's two-factor theory. The hygiene factors. Factors which only ensured that disappointment was kept at bay, but it was not good enough for motivation. Then the realization of the motivation factors as to how to motivate people to engage themselves better. It was at this stage that engagement demanded more than just stability or the hygiene factors. Man had become intelligent enough by now to understand that all these have to be added together one after the other in a telescopic manner so that he can achieve the engagement which is required in family, society, and in office. It was at this stage that in offices, people started using them. Today, what do you see in office? You see bonuses for good performance. You see punishment for bad performance, bad behavior, and key performance indices to decide which should come your way. If you exceed the performance indices, you get bonuses. If you fall short, you get punished. Boundaries are very clear. This is the application of Skinner's reinforcement theory. This is followed by Adams' equity theory. There is pay equity among the people of the same level. There is fair play with everyone across teams. Everyone is treated in the same way. Discipline and work norms are very well defined. This is the application of Adams' equity theory. This is followed by Room's rational effort reward logic. People discuss with their team members, with their subordinates, with the management as to what is expected from them and what they want in return. It is a give and take. In this professional atmosphere, Room's rules, the expectancy theory of effort to result to reward. And finally, the Herzberg's beyond pay and fairness. People want growth, learning, recognition, purpose. Understanding all these things, the structure of the organization is maintained and run by the HR department. Everything was going very fine. But then cracks started appearing. Because this was just the beginning of the story. To understand that, let us see what happened in a startup, Innovexia. That brings us to our case study today, inside Innovexa, the startup that couldn't sit still. The open plan office of Innovexa was alive with screens glowing late into the night. Pizza boxes lined the tables and code scrolled endlessly. The founders thought they had cracked the formula. Bonuses, deadlines, growth. But the voices inside the office told a different story. Let's take the first scene. A developer is rubbing his temples. My paycheck barely covers rent. Last night I skipped dinner so I could buy groceries for the week. How do you expect me to focus on clean code when I worry about survival? The founder heard this whisper, felt uneasy. He said, we will revisit salaries next quarter. Scene number 2, a designer tapping a broken chair. The place looks cool from the outside, but inside, broken chairs, patchy Wi-Fi, and no proper lighting. We are building apps for the future, but working like it's the Stone Age. Scene number 3. The marketer slamming a report on the table. I brought in 5 deals this week. He brought in 2. Why are our commissions almost the same? Where's the fairness in that? Another teammate is muttering, exactly. What's the point of working harder if the rewards are equal? My dear friends, again, someone is scratching. Please keep your hands off the screen. My simple request. If you scratch, it's going to disturb everyone. Scene number 4. The analyst sighing to herself. Even if I go the extra mile, who notices? Will the founder see me or will it just vanish in the chaos? Scene number 5. Engineer raising his hand in the team meeting. Give me a chance to build something new. I don't just want to patch bugs forever. Let me create. I can design the next big feature. A young marketer smiling as interns gather around him. Finally, I get to lead. It feels different when others look up to you like I matter. Scene 6. Late at night, only one screen still glowed. Product manager whispering to herself, I am paid fairly. I feel secure. I am recognized. I even lead projects. But why do I still feel something is missing? What's the bigger picture? Why am I really here? The founders packing their bag overheard her words. They paused, silent. They had provided salaries, fairness, recognition, growth opportunities. Yet a deeper hunger remained, one they hadn't yet named. Friends, take a screenshot of this. Have you all taken the screenshot?
Yes, sir.
Take the screenshot of this also. So what do you see? Can you relate to the scenario? What do you think is missing? Now there are 26 people here. Do you want me to split you into 2 groups of 13 each to work in the breakout room, or do you want to work here all together? Because if you go to the breakout room, the recording will not be there for that period. But if you are ready to work here together, taking leadership and discussing, then the entire recording of that will be available to you. Which one do you want? But for that, you all will have to unmute your video. Otherwise, you will not be able to discuss with each other.
No breakouts.
We will work
Do
together.
you prefer to discuss here?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. So what I suggest is select a leader and then select a person who will, keep a track. I will give multiple participation sharing. Note it down, note the observations. Tell me, what do you see? Where do you see the 4, theories which we have discussed? Skinner's, equity, Rooms and Herzberg's. Where are the gaps? What is missing? What requires to be done next? Yes, please start. We will have a 20-minute discussion. I think that should be enough. After that, we will move on to the debriefing and to the next theory, what it tells us. Yes, who will take the lead? Have you all taken the screenshots?
Yes, sir.
I suggest you all unmute and talk to each other.
Yes, we are
Yeah,
unmuted, sir.
Who is going to take the lead and moderate the entire discussion?
Yes. Suresh, sir.
Yes, sir, I will take it, sir. Don't worry.
Please, Mr. Suresh. Yes. Who is going to note down everything?
Hanumantra,
Suri
you
sir?
can note down. Hanumantra, you can note down.
Suri sir will note down. And
Suri
Mr.
sir.
Suresh will take the lead and organize the discussion. Yes, come on. Start.
Yes, friends, first let us go to the case number, scene number 1, that developers complaint. So what he is telling that, so he is rubbing his temple. His complaint is salary is too low to cover the basic needs. So what is your observation on the scene 1? If you can share, I can type it and we will present it.
Can you?
We will go by scene, sir. Then we will summarize. Let us talk about, share your views on scene 1. Hanuman sir, what is your observation on this scene 1, the developers point complaint?
Just I am reviewing, sir.
Yeah.
I
Can
think,
someone share? Can someone share the scene that snapshot of?
Yeah, that way can do, I think. Maybe.
so I think this covers the fair pay. He could not be able to meet his food itself, so the pay is not covering his minimum needs.
Can we say, Nagesharji, that his salary is too low to cover the basic needs?
Yes, sir.
And
It is hygienic factor you are telling, sir.
Can I
Hygienic factor.
request everyone to kindly unmute their videos, please?
Hygienic factors maybe you are telling.
hygienic.
Hygiene
Mr.
factors.
Annamalai, Mr. Bhavesh.
Sir, the core complaint, what he is feeling is his salary is low. He is struggling to cover his basic needs, isn't it? So
Yeah, that will come in hygiene factor, no? Generally.
hygienic. Okay.
Herberg theory is there, something.
That's
That-
So it is a second theory. Right?
Yeah, that theory it will applicable. The salary is low means.
salary is too low.
Adams equity theory. Pay
Not the
exam-
equity, that hygiene factor also that one, sir. Hygiene factors. Minimum salary, these all will come in the wages requirement, minimum wages.
Okay.
Yeah, other team
Okay,
you
so-
can tell him. That is
Good
my
work.
understanding.
others can add the points.
Cover the basic needs. Okay. Any other points are related to the scene 1? And he's feeling stressful about his survival, isn't it?
Yeah.
The day-to-day
Salary is
survival
low.
challenge.
Yeah.
Salary is low. Maybe company, is giving salary as per the work. So need to see how his productivity can be increased. How can the turnover can be improved of that person and all. Accordingly, maybe the person required training or something to upgrade his skills, and accordingly his salary can be increased.
Salary can be increased.
Or
So-
he can do 2 jobs, even in
Yeah.
part-time job like that he can also do.
So what is the root cause of this scene 1, sir? So if we can say the compensation misaligned with cost of living, or what is the we can summarize in one line so that it is easy to present. The root
Not able to meet basic requirements.
Yeah,
basic
not
needs.
able to. Yeah.
Because of low salary. That's it.
Yeah, minimum
Sal-
wages.
Salary benchmarking is not right.
Yes.
Minimum wages requirement. Minimum wages requirement.
We can say the efforts are not rewarded in the proportionate, equally rewarded.
Yes. Very good, sir.
According to me, the salary structure is not rational.
Yeah. Yes. Fine. So let us move to the second point, sir. Scene 2. Scene 2 is related to poor work environment, that designers' frustration. So can you share your view, sir?
Work environment needs to be improved.
Yeah. So he saw the broken chairs, bad Wi-Fi, poor lighting. These are the core, these are the core issues there. Poor work environment. If the broken
Suppose
chair,
We can say there is a lack of resources.
lack of resources.
This is also the hygiene factors, the Hertzberg's theory. So it is
Yeah.
not correct.
Hygiene, clearly
Hygiene.
correct.
Working environment is not proper.
Work environment will come in hygiene factor only.
Okay.
Exactly.
So lack of resources.
And like requirement safety, minimum safety.
Safety issue. So we can say the lack of investment in employee well-being and infrastructure from the organization side.
Yeah, employee welfare something. Minimum requirement.
Where how one employee can work without these basic needs.
Yeah.
We should have the proper chair, proper Wi-Fi. So
It's not
proper
welfare, it's the basic requirement.
yeah.
Or a low
Actually, a
motivation.
poor, work environment can
Low.
negatively impact the morale of the
Yeah,
employees.
Definitely.
And the overall well-being is also not there.
This
So
will affect
proper,
it.
office furnitures, right ambience is required for employee, to be productive, like ACs to be like on, so that they can do better work.
Yeah.
Amenities, and all cleanness, everything has to be taken care in the office. Maybe the office is a startup. They are not thought about this important thing, but they have to look into that after the employees' feedback.
And even the statement shows from outside it's good. So there is a gap for discrimination between the what we show to the world and what we actually do.
So scene 2, we have written a hygiene factor, safety issue. This will affect the morale of the employee and well-being.
Yep.
So what is our suggestion? This needs to be improved, isn't it?
The
Suggestion
action
from
plan can be written also. Action plan, the office
action-
furnitures, new office
action
furnitures
plan.
can be
New
upgraded.
furniture.
Yeah, you can say the office
Wi-Fi.
Ambience also
Comfortable
needs to
sitting, adjustable desk, etc.
Yeah.
can be upgraded in the
the
office
ergonomic
as soon as possible.
Ergonomic chairs, ergonomic furniture.
we
Maybe.
can summarize and write working facilities and the resources need to be adequately provided and improved.
Yeah. Fine.
To improve the office ambience, like lighting can be properly kept. Some artwork can be decorative artwork can be managed. Some plants, inside plants can be kept.
Yeah.
The actual legal compliance also, as per the Factory Act, this is a minimum requirement has to be provided nowadays.
As per the statutory.
Yeah, Factory Act, 1948 Factory Act, AP Act, it is telling very clearly, legal.
As per the statutory.
Minimum water, drinking water, toilet, restrooms, these are the minimum requirement to be provided.
As we can see, Suresh sir office, on the picture, plants are there. The tables, adjustables, that kind of environment is required. That is what we can take as action.
This is
Same
Google.
that picture you can put, sir. Same pic.
Template.
What is the gap? This is the gap.
This is someone else Google's picture.
I don't know.
Same kind of environment is required for the new startup also, so that employees' morale can be improved.
Very good, sir. Very good observation, Gopal Rao, sir.
This is outside ambience is good, but inside we need to see it is also resembles the same.
Sir, let us move to the third one.
Yeah, can we move to the third point?
Yeah, third point.
That marketers' anger, so unequal effort, but similar commissions. That lack of fairness here.
Adam's theory maybe.
Adam's theory. This is related
Equity, something.
Adams
Fair
theory, no?
pay. Yeah, fair pay.
Adams theory. So there are different level of
Performance-based incentives, sir. Performance-based incentives.
So that is
perform.
Bloom's theory. Rational
Bloom's
effort reward logic.
V-rooms there.
Yeah.
V-rooms.
So the
According to the
action plan
performance,
Yeah.
incentive can be strategized, sir.
Exactly.
Performance-based incentive to be implemented. Performance-based incentive system to be implemented.
Yes, sir.
So that people can work, as per the incentive structure, and there is no unfairness, unjustified incentive to other people. Like this is
There
what
should
happened
be
here. Two
clear
people, different
KPIs are-
performance, but getting same salary. So it is a demotivation for other person who is actually working hard.
There should be clear guidelines or the business process.
Yeah,
Guidelines.
clear guidelines for the incentive payouts.
Yes. Exactly.
Guidelines for the incentive.
Prabodhana.
Yes, very good.
So,
Action.
that is the fourth one. Huh?
Okay. So this scene number 4, it is written recognition and visibility. That analyst, that case study, even if I go to the extra mail, nobody notices. That is the core issue here.
So this maybe in the corporate companies. Sir, again, sir, it is also the system, sir, the KPIs and how the incentive based.
So
It
where this
also-
will fall, sir? Recognition.
Yes.
Can we say
Yeah, recognition,
criteria for
these are the motivation factors, no? Motivation factors.
Yeah, motivation factor. Here it is a lack of recognition. Employees feel invisible and question whether their efforts matter.
Here
So
it
there is
focus mainly on the system, how the system works, if anybody works. So he's telling the
Yeah.
founder, it is need not to be the founder, but it's everyone, if they make performance, it should reflect on the system, right?
Here, appreciation and recognition, is very important. Maybe on a weekly basis or a monthly basis. Those going extra mile need to be recognized
Yes.
Yeah, that
publicly.
is
And,
Yeah,
within
stage
days.
wise.
So like here it is lack of recognition for the extra mail, isn't it? Extra mail.
So how we improve this system?
Which theory it will come? That also we have to mention, I think.
Okay, this is
How
what is
on
the, this will come where, sir? Recognition will come.
Recognition and appreciation for employees,
Ah,
weekly or monthly basis.
okay.
Herzberg theory. Beyond pay and fairness, people want growth, learning,
It
recognition.
will come Herzberger, no?
May not require money terms, but maybe appreciation in the
Yeah.
in the public meeting,
Intuitive
or
or
a
external
mail, a written mail.
Appreciation email or in the
intuitive
A certificate, that doesn't cost anything, but
Give thanks to immediately. Thanks or some arrange ceremony to give them.
I
Like a
think
patting,
one-liner
immediate
could be,
patting.
one-liner-
Patting may be required.
Image.
sorry, one-liner could be fair recognition mechanism.
Yes, fair recognition.
Now, criteria, reward criteria should be very clear. Criteria to award,
Yes.
something like that. Recognition criteria should be very clear.
Yeah, recognition criteria.
That is called appraisal system should be very transparent. Appraisal system.
That's 360-degree appraisal systems.
Yeah. 360, I don't know. 360. Maybe good.
he also has some disadvantages.
Yeah, people now we are calling 360.
And okay, scene number 5. Scene number 5 is related to creativity and growth. Engineer wants opportunities to create, not just fix
Innovation,
bugs.
innovation.
Scene number 5.
Innovation, they're called Kaizen. Kaizen also they'll call. Kaizen means ideas to change, improvement. better improvement for better. Kaizen they will call. Those things.
Here the problem is what it is many employees crave creative ownership and leadership opportunity, not just routine task. So growth pathways are unclear, innovation is limited here. So what is the action plan to address these two core
It
issues?
is like employee development, the learning and development program should be there for each employee. Development, career development should be there. As HR, they have to create.
Skill
So this is
development. Skill
part
development
of
and
the design thinking. The CM5
Development.
is part of design thinking.
Career development program.
We got 5 more minutes, friends.
See, interns are eager to contribute and innovate.
5
but
more
he
minutes,
has lack of,
please.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. We are in
the lack of opportunity. So some meaningful projects has to be given. Some mentorship need to be done to that person so that he can also build.
Yeah, mentor-mentee program, you are telling?
mentorship to be
Mentor
Some
and
meaningful
mentee
projects.
programs.
Some meaningful projects can be assigned to him as a part of mentorship program. Let's move forward. We're getting late.
Sir, scene number 6. Scene number 6 is the bigger meaning. Product manager paid fairly, secure, recognized, leading project, yet still ask, why am I really here? Even when tangible needs, fairness, recognition, growth are met, employees still yearn for purpose and meaning, missing connection to higher purpose.
It is an intrinsic, are not identified. We have to identify each employee, what is the passion for him. That may be missing, maybe changing giving the innovative project, sometimes job rotation, they may be getting bored in the same department or same process. Last time one case study also we seen same thing, I think, I can relate to same thing.
Yeah, that, what is her name? That lady, Mira.
Yeah, meaning.
In spite of fair pay, fair salary.
That's why when you are not addressing the intrinsic needs of that candidate, no, that time they will be demotivated. How much you pay also, they won't care. That is what I understand from that theory.
Oh, it will work on the belief and value systems. What is his value system?
Yeah, value system.
Yeah.
Passion also. Somebody is having some passion to take the challenging projects. So that
intrinsic need to address, sir. His intrinsic need to address.
Yeah, determining the intrinsic needs.
Intrinsic need to address like what is looking maybe.
Purpose of life.
Purpose of life, correct.
Value system.
So intrinsic needs to be met. This is our action point from the group, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is correct, sir. What sir told that is.
Yeah, we are on this time.
Okay. I find that very few people have really participated. Others have all maintained a very studied silence. I don't know why. So, Suri sir, are you ready with the thing?
Yeah.
Can you present?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
In fact, I have not noted down. I have noted down on a paper.
Okay, no issue.
So,
see, first tell me what is it? How did you feel about the whole thing?
Company is in a mess.
Who said that?
Navneet.
Huh?
Navneet, sir. Sir, it's
Okay,
a new startup, sir. Yes, it's in a mess.
Okay.
Sir, what I find is it's a new startup where the systems are not in a place. Even the office is not correctly designed. So it's a beginning phase, I think.
So they have not streamlined the process. It is just started and they are experiencing various problems.
Suri sir, can you just sum up?
the vision, mission, and objectives of the company is not clearly visible to everybody. People are demotivated and they are not actively engaged. Demotivation is due to various factors like low salary, poor environment, and then the work culture maybe is affecting because of the ambience in the office. And the criteria for rewards recognition is not clearly laid down by the company, so that people think that whatever they are contributing is not recognized. Finally, overall, the motivation or participation from each one is missing because of employee engagement or no clear cut what you call demarcation of responsibilities or responsibilities, and then finally it amounts to accountability also. I think overall there need to be a clear roadmap about the working of the organization, employee engagement, somebody said skill development, and then all these factors needs to be looked into. Of course, one or two people are being paid well, but they're though being paid well, they are not motivated, or they feel that they are not actually participating in the total job. I think this is the overall picture available in the all 5 scenes, scene 1 to scene 6. Anything you can add? Anything you can add?
Anybody would like to add anything to that?
I wish to add something related to the scene number 6. The bigger
Please.
meaning, the bigger meaning is missing, sir. In spite of fair salary, recognition, and growth are met, still people are feeling there is no purpose in their own jobs. So the group discussion, when they debated this, the intrinsic needs to be met, that is missing in that scene number 6. People are not feeling there is no purpose in their own role. So they have fair salary, recognition, and the growth path is very clear. Still, why they are feeling that employees are feeling there is no purpose in their work. That needs to be addressed.
Okay. Anything else?
I think vision and mission statement is not communicated down the line among the organization.
Okay.
That's
So
it.
vision and mission statement is not communicated down the line. Anything else? I want 2 volunteers. 2 volunteers. Who will volunteer? Okay, Navneet, 1. Number 2. Gopal. Excellent. We will start with Mr. Navneet. So, Mr. Navneet, what are the good things you see here?
It's a revenue generating company. There are people. It's a revenue generating company. There are people in place assigned to certain roles who are executing it to some extent. The employers or the founders are available on board on a daily basis from what I see. They are not invested in the process. Should I go into those areas or only what I observe?
I want the positives.
The positives. So these are the positives. People have their roadmap, job role defined. They are doing their job. They are achieving success with their job. They are getting results. This is what I see as the positives as of now.
Thank you. Yes, Mr. Gopal Rao, can you give me the positives?
Sir, this is a small startup, but the people are on the place. They have work in their hand. The things are executing. Things are on the process. And the company has got resources also because the salaries are going, everything looks positive from inside. So a few positive things.
Okay. So what is the learning from this that we get? From the exercise you conducted for 20 minutes and these 15-second or 30-second questions of and answers by the two people. What is the learning from that? Is there any learning?
Everything seems nice on the outside, but on the inside, it is like somebody mentioned in some scene, it is chaos.
Okay.
It is defined chaos.
So it
Employees-
clearly emerges, it clearly tells that people are hunger to work. They have the will to work nature, but things are not streamlined in the organization for them to contribute wholeheartedly. The message what you can make
Okay.
out from the desperation
The
what
learning
we
is,
need.
If I may also,
learning is
very experienced employees. Nobody is a newbie in this company. They are all experienced people who are there, who are performing.
Friends, this is the biggest problem that people have, leaders have, or owners have. They get cheated. They start thinking in a unidirectional manner. It is a tendency to look at problems or search for problems, which is the biggest problem. We don't take a holistic picture of what the situation is and then act accordingly. An ideal situation will never exist. That is why understanding these motivational theories and understanding what is happening really is very important in the workplace or in a leadership place. You are a leader. Your job is not to judge. Your job is to create direction. This is something we forget. If you are the owner of the company, then destroying what the company stands for or what has been achieved by condemning everything is not going to get you the solutions. You have to look at what is right and what can become better. That's why they say energy follows intention. What is your intention? To find fault or to improve the situation? That is where these motivational theories come in. Now let's see if very apathetically and objectively, if you were to look at it, what you would see. What you would see. What are the gaps beneath the globe? At first glance, Innovexa looked like a startup that had cracked it. Both cracked in both ways. It had found out all the answers. At the same time, it was unable to implement anything. Depends upon which direction you look at it. They address the immediate pain points that employees raised, like money, fairness, working conditions, recognition, and even growth opportunities. If you look closely, each of these fixes correspond to a stepping stone from the theories we have already studied. How? Number one, the Skinner's behavior-shaped consequences. The founders began with bonuses tied to output, work harder, get paid more. It worked for a short burst, just as Skinner predicted, but soon fatigue set in. People felt that, because people aren't machines, that they can be whipped forward by carrots and stick forever. Complaints started appearing. The next, Adams equity theory. The market had complained, why do our commissions look the same? Was a pure equity concern. When fairness felt broken, motivation collapsed. Founders adjusted the commission and engagement rebounded, but fairness solved only the symptom, not the source of a more profound dissatisfaction. People forget that they are paid a salary. Yes, Mathur sir. What was the third one? The Bloom's expectancy with effort and reward. The question, even if I put in more effort, will anyone even notice? Capture the expectancy gap. People weigh whether the effort will really lead to reward. When the founders clarified performance reward linkages, motivation rose again. But expectancy only works if the reward themselves feel meaningful. But that was absent. Then came Herzberg's hygiene and motivators. By fixing salaries, chairs, Wi-Fi, recognition, the founders cleared the hygiene factors. The thing whose absence causes dissatisfaction, by offering growth and responsibility, they introduced some motivators, engagement grew. Each of the 6 points you took separately as an independent entity, you did not look at each one following the other as the first one gets fixed. The first one gets fixed, the second appears. The second gets fixed, the third appears. The third gets fixed, the fourth appears. And the sixth appears where it says, where is the meaning in what I'm doing? So as the founders were solving the problem, more problems were keeping on appearing and they were solving it one after the other. So what's missing? This is where Maslow comes in. What's missing? The engineer's request to innovate wasn't about money. It was about esteem and mastery. He was looking for self-esteem and achieving mastery in what he's doing. The marketer's pride in leading interns wasn't about commission. It was about status and belonging. When he says that he wants to lead, it isn't talking about commission, while even though there is a mention of commission earlier, he is talking about status and belonging. The product manager's midnight whisper, that was a cry for self-actualization, the search for meaning beyond metrics. Money, if money, fairness, recognition, growth can't fully ensure engagement, what will? And that question is the doorway into Maslow's hierarchy of needs. To understand Maslow's hierarchy of needs, you have to understand Abraham Maslow's background and early struggles. Only then you will understand how he came about it. This is a wonderful example for the simple reason. As leaders, we have to look at a complex surrounding around us and to make meaning out of it, to get finer insights and create solutions. Solutions will not come just like that. They are hidden in the folds of the situation that we find ourselves in. And nothing better to explain how that can be done than to understand how Maslow came about that hierarchy of needs. Everyone understands Maslow's hierarchy of needs. It is one of the most foundational motivational theories that we have all grown up with. Born in 1908 to poor Russian Jewish immigrant parents in Brooklyn, New York, Maslow grew up in poverty and isolation. His father was harsh and distant. His mother was very abusive. He later described his childhood as being miserable. Abraham Maslow was a shy, lonely child who found solace in reading books. He felt like an outsider in his own family, craving for safety and belonging, two levels that would later appear in his pyramid. These early struggles made Maslow deeply sensitive to human suffering and gave him a lifelong fascination with what people truly need to feel fulfilled. That is where the beginning for Maslow's hierarchy needs starts. The only difference is he was aware of what was happening all around him and he could relate to it. This was followed by his academic training. And where did he get trained? He studied psychology in the University of Wisconsin under Harry Harlow. I don't know how many of you have heard of Harry Harlow. He is famous for the Rhesus monkey experiment on love and attachment. Harnow's research showed that monkeys preferred the comfort of a soft surrogate mother over food, proving that emotional needs outweigh even survival needs. Till then, people thought survival needs were the most important, but then Harry Harlow came and showed that emotional needs even surpass surrogate needs. This profoundly influenced Maslow because it related very beautifully with his background. It showed that human motivation wasn't just about food and survival. It had multiple layers, and you have to understand these layers. The turning point was in 1930 to 40, when psychology was dominated by behaviorists like Skinner, B.F. Skinner. We have seen the operant conditioning theory, where he talked about reward and punishment, and Freud, all about the unconscious drives of human beings. Maslow found both views too limiting. Behaviorism reduced humans to lab rats, and Freud focused on pathology. Maslow wanted to study healthy, thriving people, those who reached greatness. This was the turning point from behaviorism to humanism. This became the seed of humanist psychology. The third force behind and beyond behaviorism in psychoanalysis. He started studying exemplary humans. Who were they? He studied Einstein, Eleanor Roosevelt, Lincoln, and others to see what made them different. He noticed that they were not only secure in what they were doing, but they craved for something beyond themselves. They craved for creativity, truth, beauty, purpose. He called this state the self-actualization state. And there began his journey of building the hierarchy. He said, a starving man doesn't care about art. People cannot reach higher fulfillment if their lower needs are unmet. He said, someone fearing for safety cannot dream of self-actualization. But once the basic needs were reasonably secure, people naturally leaned for upwardly. The stepwise pattern became the hierarchy of needs, something which he promoted in 1943, a theory of human motivation. After World War II, the world was grappling with rebuilding societies and understanding human dignity. This is where Maslow's theory resonated, because it explained that not just survival, but what makes life worth living. Maslow's hierarchy wasn't just academic, it was deeply personal. He brought out this, hierarchy of needs by studying what happened within himself. His exposure to Harlow showed the power of love and belonging. His frustration with psychology and narrowness made him look for growth and potential. His study of exemplary humans revealed the pinnacle of the hierarchy of needs, that is self-actualization. And he summed it up in this fashion by building a pyramid. Psychological, breathing, food, water, sex, sleep, hemostasis, excretion. These were all the psychological needs of humans. Humans first try to fulfill all these. This is followed by safety and security, security of body, security of employment, resources, morality of family. Then comes love and belonging, friendship, family, sexual intimacy. Then comes esteem, self-esteem, confidence, achievement, self-respect of and by others. Finally, the self-actualization, creativity, spontaneity, problem solving. When he propounded this to the world found a lot of sense in what he was talking about. It was a step ahead of the four theories which had been given to them to run their companies and to create engagement. So, behavioral scientists, behavioral economists, leaders in business architecture, they started including it into the format, the template, so that they will be able to build a good company. And how did they identify it? The first was secure the base, the psychological need. What do you do? Fair wages, benchmark salaries against industry startup peers. Even if lean, ensure people's living needs are covered. If you don't cover the living needs, the first base will not be complete. On-time payment, never delay salaries. Consistency builds trust. Always give the salary in time. Number 3, healthy work basis. Provide coffee breaks, snacks, ergonomic chairs, working AC, heat, clean water. Work-life sanity, reasonable hours, even if intense startup life, balance sprints with recovery. And finally, health access. At minimum, basic healthcare support, insurance or reimbursement. Why all these things matter? If people are worried about rent, food or medical bills, no higher engagement can exist. So as a business leader or as a team leader, the first thing you need to do is check out all these boxes and ensure that these are taken care of at the minimum level. Once you have taken care of this, you move on to the next step, build security, safety needs. Job security, clarity. Share financial runway. Let the people know how the company is doing. Share the growth plans. Reduce the fear of sudden collapse so that people feel that they should continue working with you. Number 2, create a safe workplace. Zero tolerance for harassment or toxicity. Clear HR policies. Even in a 10% setup, you can ensure that the policies are very clearly understood. There is no harassment, there is no psychological attack, and people feel safe coming and working in your place. Number 3, predictable environment. Standardized work processes, how performance is measured, how promotions are handled. This is very important because this is a safety need. Number 4, health insurance and benefits. We have seen the 5th was the, in the earlier one, the fundamental need. Similarly, here also for safety, health insurance and benefits, even a small policy gives a huge security. Give that. Crisis buffer, build reserves or negotiate delayed salaries with transparency before emergency strikes. In many instances, salaries might be delayed in small companies, but then you should always convey it beforehand in a very transparent manner so that there is no emergency in the life of your employees. Why it matters? Anxiety about company survival or unfair policies kills engagement. Don't allow that to happen. The third step is belongingness needs. Create a connection. Have team rituals, include weekly stand-ups, Friday retrospectives, and monthly team lunches and dinners. Most of my mentees know that I insist that they have a weekly meeting with their team members where they share information. This is not for the information itself or to review their performance. More than that, it is to ensure that they feel have a sense of belonging. That need is fulfilled. And this particular ritual, like team meetings, team outings, team dinners, it's all a way of showing a belonging. Onboarding culture, make new hires feel included. Have a buddy system. Have a welcome program. Create a mentoring program within the organization where an existing company member, a senior member who understands the company's policies, is there with a junior to support him during these days of uncertainties when he is joining. Inclusive decision making. Ask team input on features, priorities, cultural rules. As they say, 2 heads are better than 1. Ask them, include them in the decision making. The decision is ultimately yours as the leader, but when you include them in the process, they feel a sense of belonging. Mentorship bonds, pair juniors with seniors, learning and collection. This is very important. Even a small company can do this. Pair a senior with a junior so that, he becomes a de facto helper to that person. Celebrate together, birthdays, festivals, product launches, personal milestones. These are not just, outside show. When you celebrate together, you grow together. As they say, the family which eats together stays together. In the same way, when you celebrate together, you grow together. Why it matters? Humans thrive in tribes. If people don't feel part of us, they will disengage. Even when people get a better opportunity, many a time people are worried about leaving the company because they have friends here. They don't want to lose connection with them. That is one way of ensuring that attrition comes down. The fourth is esteem needs. Self-esteem is very, 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 very important. Esteem needs, recognition rituals, weekly win calls out. You have these weekly meetings where you can have a win call out. You can ask people to talk about their achievements. Like Mr. Jayesh, he has started these weekly meetings where he wants everyone to come one by one and tell what it is that they are proud of achieving that week. Title and role progression, provide role upgrades, team lead, head of X with corresponding responsibilities, not just salary increase. Showcase impact, show customer testimonials. Let the people know how your customer is feeling. Your code saved more than 5 hours a day. Just imagine when this is told, how do you think the person who has written the code feels, and how do you think others in the team feel? That they have contributed positively to somebody's life. Showcase the impact. Let them know that their work is not just impacting the company and its performance, but also the life of those beyond the organization in the society. And when that happens, they feel that they are playing a very important role. Social visibility. Encourage employees to post wins on LinkedIn, Facebook, WhatsApp with company support. Get them to post it so that the more number of people who see it, the more this person will feel that he is contributing something. Today, social media is a way of life. It's a fact of life. Many companies frown at social media posts of employees. Don't do that. Encourage them. It will not only mean greater visibility and greater self-esteem for your employee, it will also mean greater visibility for the organization in which he is achieving all these things. Finally, autonomy. Trust them to make decisions. Communicate respect. Why does this matter? It matters because once I belong is achieved, people want respect, recognition, and status. This you can give to them. And that brings us to the self-actualization needs. And this enables growth. Passion projects. Let people dedicate 10 to 20% of the time to ideas that align with company's mission. Google was the first company to assign 20% of its working time to its employees so that they can pursue their pet projects, even if it was not aligned with Google's ideas. And you will be surprised to know that many of Google's top products, Gmail itself, was the result of this 20% time, which was assigned to passion projects. Innovation sandbox. Host internal hackathons or idea challenges. Best ones gets funded. You may not be a product company, you may be just another company, but doesn't matter. You can have internal hackathons, or you can ask your employees to give ideas as to how you can improve the efficiency of the company or the profitability of the company or the work environment of the company. Whatever it is that you think that can be contributed, they can contribute. Don't become 50 hands and legs tied to one head, one brain. Tied to 50 brains, and when all of them contribute, you will find that the growth becomes automatic. Learning and mastery. Invest in training, courses, conferences. Remember one thing, the more you train your people, the better they become, the more they contribute. Don't hesitate. Make training and skill development a part of your core strategy. Purpose alignment. Constantly show how their work impacts users, society, and even humanity. This is very, very important. People work towards a purpose. And the purpose is not just the salary or the objective at the end of the month or the year. If you can provide them with a purpose beyond that, they will very happily jump into it, and in the process, the organization will benefit. Leadership opportunities involve them in shaping company strategy, not just the execution. Leadership need not necessarily mean a formal designation. Leadership can mean giving them the autonomy needed to do their job on their own. Why it matters? Because this is the pinnacle. People just don't do a job. They fulfill a life mission within your company. Remember, they've got only one life. When companies had done all these things, they had reached the end of Maslow's. But was it the end of Maslow? No. Maslow himself found that even though he had structured it to 5 with self-actualization being the topmost, there was something beyond that which he realized existed. That was the transcendence, purpose beyond the self. If the company has to go beyond that, it has to link the company mission to societal good, not just profits. How your company contributes to societal good and communicate it to all your employees, make them a part of it. Share stories of customer impact, how your product improves lives. That is the best way you can do this. Every company talks of what it achieves, what it has achieved in terms of rupiah, paisa, the bottom line, the balance sheet. But how many company leaders share with their employees how their company has impacted the society and the customers that they are serving? When you do this, you bring meaning, you transcend the organization's vision and mission statement. We always talk about the vision and mission statement. Do we talk about what that vision and mission statement is doing to the society and to the people who are connected with you? When you share that, you take the company beyond the ordinary into the extraordinary. Encourage volunteering into CSR or mentoring as part of culture. Encourage people to come forward. Instead of you assigning, let them come forward. Build a why narrative. Remind the team of the bigger picture regularly. Why they are doing something that they are doing. Why is the company doing what it is doing? And finally, create a legacy mindset. What are we building that will outlast us? Remember one thing, we are temporary visitors on this planet, but we are going to leave our footprints on the sands of time. Can you convert it into the rocks of time? If you are going to leave a footprint on the sand, the lightest wind will blow it away. But if you were to embed your footprint on a rock, it will stay forever. Engagement becomes devotion. People feel they are part of history, not just a payroll. It was at this stage that behavioral economists, scientists, they suddenly realized that Maslow's hierarchy of needs was talking about things which even Maslow did not imagine when he started off with this hierarchy of needs. A very, very beautiful insight started coming out of this Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which was absolutely impossible to ignore. When companies started implementing the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, final, insights of the hierarchy started appearing. What are the first one? Needs are not strictly linear. They overlap. You can feel unsafe, yet still crave for belonging. You can pursue self-actualization while still worrying about job security. This was a tremendous insight which came out of the hierarchy of needs. Even though this hierarchy of needs was layered, one after the other, the lowermost had to be fulfilled for the next one to appear. Still, the lowermost did not go away. Unmet lower needs keep pulling you back. Behavioral scientists called it the prepotency of needs. Lower level needs don't disappear when you move upward. They remain dormant but can re-emerge if you threaten them. That is the reason, why your behavior with your subordinate has to be fine-tuned. You just cannot say anything and everything. Because even the best performer can suddenly develop a security need. His safety can be threatened if you misbehave with him because of a small misunderstanding or not understanding what he has exactly done, or a small mistake from him, and you react. He can become unstable and leave the job. The third, the social dimension is stronger than you think. Belongingness is often treated as a nice to have thing, but research shows social connection is as critical as food and shelter. Don't forget, food and shelter was very important to the Stone Age man, but so was being a part of the tribe, because if he is thrown out of the tribe, he cannot survive. So the sense of belongingness was as powerful at times, or even more so, than food and shelter. The same applies here also. Just imagine you are in an office, your colleagues don't like you, they ignore you, they boycott you. Can you work there? You can't. You need to be accepted by your subordinates, you need to be accepted by your peers, you need to be accepted by your bosses. That is because that is where your social dimension comes in. And there are times when this social dimension becomes even stronger than safety and the foundational needs. Then comes esteem. They found that esteem has got two layers: the outer esteem, recognition, status, appreciation, and it is very closely connected to the inner esteem of confidence, mastery, self-respect. Because even if you are recognized, even if you have the status and you are appreciated, if internally you don't feel confident, internally you feel you don't know your job well, or you don't respect yourself adequately, then all these becomes meaningless, and you start crumbling. Then finally comes the self-actualization. Self-actualization is not just a luxury. Many think self-actualization is a rare, elite pursuit. It is not so. Maslow disagreed. He believed everyone has it in them. Everyone requires it. Everyone is aspiring for it. Maybe you have not been able to articulate it. That's all. But then you also aspire for self-actualization. It is as important as the lowest need of safety. Engagement is not about a journey, not just a level. It's a journey. It's not just a level. And it keeps interchanging. And the transcendence was the forgotten top. People have totally forgotten about transcendence, the most important of them all. In later works, Maslow added a level beyond self-actualization. That was transcendence. Employees, find deepest engagement when their work contributes to society and to others. That is the reason why the head of the family is even willing to give his life for his family members, because he is contributing to something which is very, very important. That brought the question to the behavioral economists. How does management actions, what are the management actions to avoid these pitfalls? So that, these finer insights are not ignored. What is it that the management should and can do so that these pitfalls are avoided? Needs overlap. Don't wait for perfection. What is the pitfall here? Waiting until pay, infrastructure, or benefits are fully solved before offering growth opportunities. If you wait for that, it is going to be too late. What is the action? Provide parallel opportunities while addressing basic salary, safety, simultaneously give autonomy, learning chances, and small creative outlets. When you do that, you ensure that the first pitfall is avoided. You address the needs overlapping, the finer insight of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. The second, dormant needs re-emerge. What is the pitfall? Assuming once a higher need is met, lower ones are permanently irrelevant is wrong. Main ensure timely salary, job security signals. Can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Very clear.
Yes.
Very clear
Yes.
and loud.
Mr. Suresh, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I am unable to hear you. That's why I am asking.
It is clear, sir.
There was a slight
Am I
disturbance.
audible to
Now it is
everyone?
very
Give a thumbs
clear.
up.
Yes, yes.
Thank you. Government needs re-emerge. Maintain vigilance on basics, ensure timely salary, job security, signals and safety protocols. Remember one thing, however much you may give everything else, please ensure that all the needs, the hierarchy of needs are met strictly so that, they don't slide back into it. They're not pulled back. Number 3, social dimension is critical. What does it mean? Treating belonging as a soft perk. Don't make that mistake. Never make that mistake. Sometimes, you might be having these weekly meetings. You said, okay, this weekly meeting I will miss. Doesn't matter. We are having weekly meetings every week. This time we will not do because I'm busy, I'm traveling. No, don't do that. If you are not there, assign that responsibility to the next in command. Let him conduct the weekly meeting. Let the weekly dinner out or the team dinner out, all those continue as usual. Don't allow it to stop. That is one of the biggest mistakes that you can do. Build tribe-like culture. Rituals, peer bonding, mentoring, team hurdles, celebrations make employees feel they are part of the community, not just a company. Don't neglect it at any cost, even in government offices. Maybe the government does not have this, but you as a team leader, you as a departmental head can start this within your department, within your team. Unofficially, there is nothing to stop you from calling your team members and telling them, let's meet once a week, or let's go out for dinner once a week. Let's have an informal time out once a month. That will bring about bonding, that will bring about a tribe culture, and that will keep you all together, that will enhance engagement and enhance productivity. 2 layers of esteem. What does this 2 layer of esteem is? One is the outer layer, the other is the inner layer. Over-reliance on surface recognition, certificates, rewards, awards, without addressing mastery and confidence is a big pitfall. Action, mix recognition with empowerment, skill building programs, give employees responsibilities and coaching for self-belief. There are many government officers here. There are leaders from the government like Mr. Hanmantrao Mudmal or, Sureshji and all of the people. They might have this feeling that how can we do that? What's stopping you from teaching your subordinates, training them on your own? That doesn't stop you. Maybe the government does not have a training program for your team members or skill development program, but you have learned something, you can share it with them. Call them for an informal training session. Tell them that, look, I have learned this, I want to share it with you, maybe it will benefit you. Imparting skill is something which anyone can do. And you can give responsibilities to your subordinates. You can tell them, I am giving you this job. I am supposed to do it. I will do it, or you also do it. Then we will sit down and compare notes. Self-actualization for all, not just the elite. Create inclusive opportunities. Same thing you can do with your team. Have innovation days. Then you can ask your team members, tell me how we can improve this. How can we improve the filing process in our department? How can we improve the decision-making process in our department? Ask them where the bottlenecks are to decision-making, what can be done with it. Ask them how we can enhance cost saving in our department. There are so many ways you can ensure that people contribute and they feel that they have achieved something. Engagement is about progress, not just position. This is something that we need to realize. Believing promotions and raises guarantee motivation. No, promotion and raises don't guarantee motivation. Offer visible pathways for growth, micro progress, make them more skilled. Certification programs, new challenges, ensure employees see movement, not stagnation. Every month, keep a track of how you are ensuring that people are moving forward. Remember, you have to provide security that they can trust. You have to provide belonging that they can feel, not just talk. And esteem that they can build upon. Self-esteem is something which requires constant building upon. The self-esteem you have today, you have to build upon it if you have to have the same self-esteem tomorrow. Growth that you can see externally and internally. And finally, purpose they can believe in. This is where sharing how you and your team is contributing to the overall good of the organization and the research is important. DRDO might have worked so hard throughout, but it required a Sindoor to bring it to the focus.
Yes.
Today, everybody knows about all the companies which are manufacturing defense equipments like Paras Defense, Zen Technologies, Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, Data Patterns. Am I right? Why?
Yes.
They were still doing the same job 1 year back, but no one knew about them. How many people knew what DRDO was doing? No one knew. One Sindoor, the moment people realized what they had contributed beyond their company's activity, the whole world is talking about them. Shares are zooming. Huh? Yesterday, Data Pattern has grown by 130 rupees in one single day. Where the hell did all these investors come from? All because of one Sindoor. BrahMos was in some page somewhere in the defense ministry. Now it is on the life of every individual. The entire world has woken up. Now, even in the cricket field, you have duckings. Real or unreal. So you see, show them how they are contributing to a life beyond what they are doing. Engagement, is possible when you show how things are happening beyond the company, beyond what they are doing. So how to introduce Maslow's layer by layer? Audit your current state. Please understand one thing. Take a holistic view of what's happening in your company. Take a holistic view of what's happening with your team. Don't look only for mistakes. Look for the good things also. Life is a mixture of plus and minus. You can't have mathematics with only one symbol, the plus symbol. You require the minus symbol, you have the multiplication symbol, you require the division symbol also. So audit your current state. Then fix the base first. Go layer by layer. Fix the base first. Then layer upwards. Move through every layer. Keep listening. Keep your eyes and ears to the ground. Don't allow the grapevine to fall silent. The grapevine is the biggest thing that is there. Remember one thing. We all talk about what the two negotiation teams are talking. But do you know, everything that is happening behind the screen in the back channels. What's happening with the negotiation team is a minuscule part of what's really happening. It is in the back channels that everything is happening. And you have to ensure that you are a part of that back channel. I don't know how many of you realize that, in diplomacy, there is a word, it's better to be inside a hostile room than outside it. Do you know why? If you're outside, you're out. But if you're inside, you can do at least something. So you need to have your ear to the ground constantly to understand what is the gossip which is going on in the organization, how I can correct what requests to be corrected. Keep listening. And finally, sustain the loop. Don't break the loop. Let the loop continue
Arun sir,
so that
Arun sir,
you are kept aware.
Arun sir.
Maslow gave us the pyramid. But workplace aren't pyramids. They are living, shifting ecosystems. People move up and down and sometimes chase two things at once. When researchers observe this, they realize maybe it's not a ladder at all, but something more flexible. They had Skinner, they implemented Skinner, cracks appeared. The cracks, when they tried to fill it up, took them to Adams equity. They implemented Adams equity. They were satisfied for some time. Then again, cracks appeared. And those cracks led them to the expectancy theory. They implemented the expectancy theory. Cracks appeared. Herzberg's two-factor theory came to the front, which is hygiene and motivators. When they implemented that, they suddenly realized that the hierarchy of needs was the one which they had to follow along with these four. They implemented the hierarchy of needs. It was at that stage that the cracks appeared and they realized it's not a ladder after all. This hierarchy of needs was very, very fundamental, and there was something much, much, much more greater than that. In our next master class, we will see the bridge that connects Maslow to the real human engagement. The title of the master class is When the Pyramid Shifts, Rethinking Human Needs. Thank you, friends, for your patient hearing. Happy implementation of the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. You have 15 days to implement it and experience the benefit and the cracks. We will come again together 15 days later to find out what exactly needs to be done now. At the end of Maslow's hierarchy of needs begins our journey all over again, where the bridge will connect Maslow to human engagement. I'm open for questions. Thank you for your patient hearing.
Very good session, sir.
Sir, you're getting, sir?
Any questions?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Hanumanji.
You are not able to listen,
I'm
sir.
unable to hear you. That is the problem.
Yeah.
I'm able to hear him, sir, clearly.
Maybe earphone, maybe take it out.
Can you just post your question here? Let me see. I don't know why I'm unable to hear.
So can you hear me, sir?
Just a minute. Give me half a minute, half a second. Can you speak now?
Now is this okay, sir? You are able to listen?
Yeah, no, it is okay. Yeah, tell me. You
No,
all
I-
could hear me throughout, na?
Yes,
No,
sir.
but
Yes, sir.
one
Okay,
side is
yeah.
okay, sir.
Yes, Hanumanji.
You're telling in the one slide, sir, you have to do the audit to understand the present status, sir. To audit, any checklist is there? Some elements should be covered in the audit process?
Create this, in the same, you see, the 5 hierarchy of needs, you can create a checklist with that.
No, sometime any
Yes.
question, something, otherwise same thing, checklist elements I have to put
You
in that
can
one.
create a checklist with that, each of these, and then, you can see how to do it. No issue. Yes.
Yeah, very.
Any other questions?
I have a thought, part question, part thought. May I?
Who is speaking?
Navneet here.
Huh?
Navneet.
Yes,
Navneet.
Navneet, tell me.
When you are having a company that is growing, that is doing well, and you want to set standards in terms of salary, in terms of performance, sometimes you find people who don't fit the gap, or don't fit the bridge, or don't fit the process which you have set. Because you have set it for general growth, movement, you have taken care of what is there. When these aberrations occur, what is a good way to handle it without being abrasive?
No, you see, it's very simple, Mr. Navneet. You must be having a recruitment policy, isn't it?
Yes, there is.
Where very clearly you decide the job description
Clear?
and what exactly you want in terms of skills and attitude of the employee.
Agreed.
Chances are, if you have followed the policy strictly and done due diligence, you would not be making much of a mistake in the recruitment. But if you have, but even then things can go wrong. Sometimes you might end up with a person who is very smart in attending interviews, but very poor in working in the ground level.
Right. Perfect.
I am reminded of a saying, which says, a Japanese saying, which says that if you have got up onto the wrong train, immediately detrain at the next station, because the longer you stay in the train, the further away you are going to go from the place you need to be.
Agreed.
Call the person, explain to him where things are going wrong, and in a very decent manner, part. That's all.
Okay. The challenge I see is all this being taken care of, the salary structure, because market salary structures change every 2-3 years. So you have an experienced person who's been there with you, say, for 5 years. Their salary has been growing based on a standard increment or a market increment percentage. But the new hire coming laterally has a generally higher structure. So how do you handle that?
You will have to rework the salary structure of your people. You see, you can't say that I will pay X less and Y more because he has come from outside, and then X has to be equally motivated. That will not happen. And let me tell you one thing. One of the biggest problems which people fail to realize is, let us say Mr. Bhavesh is there and you are also there. Okay? Mr. Bhavesh is working for 2 lakhs a month and are earning 250 in the earlier company. You come and join. If you think you are going to be motivated by getting these 3 lakhs, you are mistaken. Do you know why? The moment you join, Mr. Bhavesh is demotivated because for the same type of work he is being paid 2 lakhs. I can understand that. But you will also be demotivated because you will realize that for the same job, you have been paid 3 lakhs. What will it work on your mind? The next person who joins will join at 4. Then what happens to you?
Agreed. Agreed.
You see, it's very simple. In our life, we must have met people who come and talk ill about others to us. Have we met?
Yes.
Do we feel comfortable with them?
Not
For
at
the
all.
time being, we enjoy. He's coming and telling bullshit about someone else. But at the back of the mind, one thing will always remain. If this man can talk bullshit about him to me, he will talk bullshit about me to somebody else.
True.
So you see, similarly, it is not a good policy to play with the salary of your team. Either you don't take that person at that salary, or you increase the salary of this person. Both, taking person at a higher salary or increasing the salary of an existing person, both is stupidity. Because the third day you find another person who is very good, you take him. Now you will have to change the salary of 2 more people.
True.
So have a healthy, do due diligence, check what the companies are paying, take people, good people, pay them well, keep skilling them regularly, keep developing them, follow all. See, training is one thing which 90% of the companies don't give. And even if they do the training, it is highly templated. I don't know how many HR people are here, but I have found that they really do not, they understand everything, but they have their own constraints. They have to follow the corporate policy, and what they do, very standard training program is there. You get them, put them into a room like a herd-like behavior, and then they get a trainer, and then, the trainer comes and gives the training. The trainer also, his hands are tied. He is told what to tell, what training to give. And many of the time, the requirement of the people and the training being given does not fit. Over a period of time, the people who are being called to be trained, they also know that it is an afternoon of boredom with snacks, lunch, high tea. That is why you will find, most people, they prefer to sit at the back of the room in the training, because at least if they nod off, no one will know.
True.
So you see, no, don't do that.
Okay.
You have a team. Let us say you are the departmental head of a government firm or a government organization. You are not the person who decides what sort of a training should be given. All that is okay. But what stops you from constantly auditing the skill requirement of your team members and then taking personal initiative to ensure that they are helped in developing those skills? Maybe you don't have the skill. You can advise someone, why don't you go and do this Excel program, this MS Office program? Or why don't you go and do this foundational AI program, because AI is on the way. So go and understand something about it. Go and understand something about machine learning. Go and understand something about robotics. Or go and understand something about the soft skills in the office place. And if you have that skill, you have that understanding, call 2-3 of your colleagues, maybe to your home or to an office room which is vacant, and spend half an hour, 1 hour, give them some assignment so that they will be able to develop their skills. Or if you are the owner of a small factory, rotate the job of the people so that each one can learn something of someone else. This can work
Do
tremendously.
BYOD.
Huh?
BYOD. Do you do BYOD kind of thing?
Yeah.
Everybody's problem may be unique. Address that in a customized way, not the standard way.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Take the initiative. See, you are the best judge as to how you can do it in your environment, but do it. Continue learning, because if you are not learning, you are dead.
What is BYOD?
It's as simple as that.
Thank you. Thank you for addressing it.
BYOD means bring your own data, means it is in IT terms, the computer terms, that when the person is training for a computer skill, they are asking people, bring your own data and let us see how this your specific problem to be addressed over here through this.
Thank
This
you.
is
Thank you.
BYOD.
Excellent. You see, ultimately, I'll tell you, what is it that you will be doing when you start imparting skills to your team members? See, when I say impart skill to your team members, What is the finer takeaway from it, insight in it? What really happens? Why is it so very important? How you can, a small thing, like they say the moon landing, when Neil Armstrong stepped on the moon, there was this saying, there was this phrase, a small step for man, a giant step for mankind. You remember?
Yes.
That was the insight. Now, what is the insight in this thing that when you start imparting training to your people, what really happens? Can you tell me?
They feel enthusiastic. They want to learn more. You know who's engaged, who's not engaged.
Correct. You inspire in him a learning behavior. And you see, once you have been able to light that fire of learning inside him, you are not required anymore. He will go and start learning himself. See, this is a classic mentoring technique. Who is a mentor? A mentor is a person who plows your brain and, drops seeds of ideas into it. He drops 20 seeds, one of them will sprout, but that one will drastically change your life. Similarly, when you start giving training to your people, when you initiate that learning behavior in your subordinates and team members, believe me, your life will become extraordinarily easy. People select subordinates and team members for no other reason but to be comfortable in life. Believe me. If you are taking someone under you, you are taking only so that your life can become easy. And if you are making your life more complicated by taking them, there is no bigger duffer than you. Sorry for the words, but that is the truth. You pay money, bring some headache, and then put it on your head. Does it make sense? And the best way of ensuring that your life becomes easy is by ensuring that you constantly train your people, impart skill, get them onto the learning track so that they will feel, I have to learn more, I have to learn more, I have to learn this. Once you have been able to initiate that feeling in them, your job is done as a leader. Yes, Suri sir, am I right or wrong?
100%, sir. Because
Thank you.
You should have a subordinate who is smarter than you and efficient than you, so that it is each one's responsibility to groom your subordinates. Okay, he should be better than you to make your life comfortable so that you can concentrate forward thinking. Otherwise, you are always doing the firefighting only.
I don't know who it was. Maybe it was Steve Jobs or Ford or whoever it was who said, if we select people who are better than us, we become a company of giants. And if we select people who are poorer than us, then we become a company of dwarfs. I don't know who it was. Just, maybe one of you can Google and find out. I remember having read this somewhere, and I was very impressed with it. What is Bill Gates? What is this Bill? Kishore,
Bill Gates.
Bill
Gates. Bill Gates.
Oh, Bill Gates. Okay. And Bill should know. He has built a company of giants.
Yeah, he should know that.
So you see, let us, so what I suggest is go and implement this Maslow's hierarchy of needs in your company. And next, after 15 days, we will meet again. And in the meantime, Suri sir, tomorrow, can we, if you can, help me follow up with the members of those who are going to come for Sabarimala so that we can meet tomorrow at 9 p.m.
Yes, I'll do that.
And then on 7th, we have the, exclusive premium group class on how to overcome resource hurdle. Last time we had seen cognitive hurdle. This time we will see resource hurdle. Okay. If there are any more questions are there, otherwise we can break for the evening.
In this case, why is body language used along with the roles? Like one was
Huh?
uneasy. There's a body language used with every role play. In brackets, you had mentioned in the script. Like the developer was rubbing his temples, the founder was uneasy, somebody was
Just
silent.
to see what happens is, Sujata ma'am, when you create these images, immediately the image is formed. If I say a developer was worried, no image is formed, right? Let's say the developer was sitting with his hand on the temple, immediately an image of a profile, is formed. That is why, nothing else.
Thank you. It was very interesting to follow it up that way.
It's all storytelling techniques. हाँ अनिल जी बोलिए.
First, sorry for late coming. Due to some
No issues.
unavoidable. Anil. Yes. So
बोलिए.
am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
Sir, I have one question, may not be relevant to today's class. I have experience to recruit very good students from IIT and other like BITS, Pilani, etc. But they are not at all in the work, and after 1 year, so their objective is something else, to join some IAS services or bureaucracy. They waste the time, consume our lot of financial resources, and just leave in between. Not once I have, it was a bitter experience many times. So I used to recruit people, especially from premier institutes like IITs or something like this. So this is what I had been doing.
Why do you think that happened?
No, because they had some objective like IAS officer or some class 1 services. So in between they had only this, and they try to pass the time, get the salary, and just pass 1 year and go away.
No, that is not the reason.
Okay, sir.
The reason is you were not clear about what you were looking for in your candidates.
Yeah. Right.
Who told you to get enamored by IIT, IIM? It's your fault. You
That's
have
right.
a job to be done. Right?
Yes. Yes.
Tell me one thing. Let us say MF Hussain is living in your neighborhood. You want a chair to be painted. Will you call MF Hussain? You made the mistake of deciding I want this sort of a candidate, and then you blame the candidate. Whose fault is it?
Our entrepreneur, he was US citizen. He used
Your
to pressurize.
entrepreneur should never have started business if he is thinking like this.
I was
Tell him
always,
to send that money to me. I will use it more meaningfully.
I used to tell him, don't do it, but he always used to pressurize, bring people from IIT, bring people from there. Yes.
Then do one thing. Then
Yeah.
Anilji, you know what you should do?
Yeah.
You should charge your entrepreneur before you give advice to him, because he will not very soon have any money to pay you.
Yeah.
So charge him in advance. You see,
Yes.
this is ridiculous. You have a vacancy.
Yes.
You should have a clear idea as to what sort of a person you want for that vacancy, so that that work can be accomplished and the person can be retained in the organization. You take only such people.
That's right.
You have an interview format designed to dig out the relevant information about the candidate. Because remember one thing, employment is like marriage.
Yes.
Okay? It has to be sustainable. If you cannot sustain the relationship, then it is going to be a big problem, because every employee who leaves the organization does more damage to the organization than the good he has done in the preceding years. He
Correct.
takes away a lot of, information, capabilities and everything. Creates a big hole. So you should ensure that you are very careful in the selection of your people.